G'day folks, and welcome to Great Chesterford Junction Model Railway, and this is your update, but actually it's more of a demo for August 2023. So the demonstration is going to be about my block instrument system. Now, some subscribers in the recent past have asked for a bit more of a demo on the system and how it works. So I've put a little film together, and I'll show you that shortly. I'll just take you through a couple of things just before we show the little demo. Right, so this is a typical block instrument. There are 4 block instruments on this railway altogether. There's one here at Great Chesterford Junction. There's 2 at Little Bardfield, which is the intermediate station between Great Chesterford Junction and Bamford, and there's 1 instrument at Bamford. So Little Bardfield has the more complex operation with the instruments in particular, because he's got to operate 2 of them. Now, the instrument consists of a bell on the top, and here we've got what we call a commutator, which is a rotating knob, which sets the status of the instrument to either train on line, line blocked, or line clear. And down here we have a Morse code type key for sending bell codes, and there's a switch down here to actually switch the instrument on or off. Most of the time we have it set to on. The way we operate here is we have a list of bell codes, and this is quite a simple list at this stage. We can expand on this, and this is not following any particular railway company, but just it's made up to suit this particular railway and the sort of things that we're running at the moment. But I can change this at any time, and you can see that the highlighted areas, number 1 is call attention. That means 1 bell. In other words, you're calling up the next station along the line. And then number 2 is train entering section, and number 3 is train has cleared the section. So these are the important processes to go through. The others here are you're talking to the other signal box and telling him what type of train that you are sending. So we've got empty coaching stock, engine and brake vans, pick-up goods train, which is one of the more common ones, the branch passenger train, which is very common, push-pull service, DMU, diesel rail bus, and empty wagons. So today we'll be running a branch passenger train, and we'll be doing some empty wagons on this demonstration. These instruments are a form of communication, but really they rely on all things being set before any train is sent off to its next destination. In other words, if I had signals on the system, which I don't at the moment, all signals would have to be set properly, and points would have to be set properly before you would even consider sending a train away. So that's the sort of philosophy that we're running on here at the moment. So at the moment our main concern is to have the points set correctly, and we start talking to each other on the instruments. You'll notice here we're at Great Chesterford signal box here. However, the instrument says Little Bardfield because that's the other instrument that this one is talking to. So Great Chesterford's talking to Little Bardfield, and if I show you Little Bardfield, you'll see how it's set up over there. So this is Little Bardfield, and you can see that one instrument is talking to Great Chesterford, and the other instrument is talking to the next station up the line, Bamford. So this is Little Bardfield signal box area in effect, and there's this operating panel, and there's the point levers over the other side there. So this is the operational centre for Little Bardfield, and Bamford's something similar to this. So at the Bamford signal box, the instrument would read Little Bardfield because there's no other station that he can talk to. So he has to talk to Little Bardfield. So the areas in between these block instruments, between Great Chesterford Junction and Little Bardfield, there's an area of track out in my workshop behind the camera, and the track travels around the workshop. So you'll notice on the instruments it'll say there's a section that says line blocked. That's the line that will be blocked between Great Chesterford Junction and Little Bardfield when both instruments are set to line blocked. So if I try and run a train out there from either station into that line blocked area, the train will stop. It's a safety precaution. The same applies to the track between Little Bardfield and Bamford, where I am now, the upper branch here. Behind me is another room, a storage room, where I have a loop of track out there which connects Bamford to Little Bardfield. So when the instruments on those two stations are set at line blocked, that track out there is dead as well. So anything that travels into that section will stop. Yeah, so that's basically it. I won't go into the complexities of the instruments themselves, the wiring, the building, all that sort of thing. That's all been done before. I've got a video on the build some time back, so if you want to chase that up, it's back there in the catalogue somewhere. Anyway, enjoy the little demo, and I'm sure you'll get the gist of how it works. It's based on prototype practice. However, it's not 100% prototype. It's my own sort of take on block instruments. The original block instruments had needles and all this sort of thing, and sometimes dual faces on them to show the status of the track and all that sort of thing, and mainly used on mainline running. So I'm using it on a branch. So I'm stepping away from prototype here, but it's a lot of fun to operate, folks. I can recommend it if you ever want to have a go. Yeah, okay. Enjoy the video, and I'll see you next time. Cheers, gourmet.